first sniff of the higher end YSLs, and honestly, they did a great job with this one. I can't wait to let you know a little bit more about this one. Keep it tuned in. Fragrance family, welcome to Pop the Cherry. This is where I pop the cork on a fragrance that I recently purchased and give you all my take, my first real test on skin. I've worn this fragrance as my scent of the day today, and I'm going to inform you how it went. It could be good, it could be bad. I'm going to let you know. Today, as the title suggests, I'm trying out YSL's Tuxedo from the line of Le Vestiaire des Parfums. So let's take a look under the hood of Tuxedo. Let's take a look at some stats. It was released in 2015. The nose behind this one is Juliette Cargazuglu. She was the nose behind Invictus Aqua. Yikes! L'homme sport, l'ennui de l'homme eau électrique, cologne bleu. So recently she's been doing a lot of their line, as you can see. How did I purchase Tuxedo? Well, I got it on a Facebook, I'm not going to call it a snipe, but a Facebook user did post this. Actually, Frank's name's right on the bottle. It's engraved. And the reason the price was so low is because of the engraving. I think I got this for under $100. Can't go wrong with that. It was a blind buy. Didn't really know, but I heard good things in the community. So we'll see what I get. Hey, for a designer price for a fragrance that's higher end like this from a designer brand, I felt, why not? Let's take a look at Tuxedo. So the major notes in this particular fragrance, to my nose, in this early testing phase, I felt that violet leaf was a huge portion of Tuxedo, patchouli, and vanilla. Now let's, I'm wearing it today, of course, as my scent of the day, as I stated. So I do have the Drydown. Usually I like to go inner elbows, and that's what I got right now. So let's, classy, Tuxedo, classy. So it goes hand in hand. So let's remind me of this introduction up top. And up top, Tuxedo brings me to the violet leaf. You know what it immediately reminds me of? It reminds me of the same use of the violet leaf in Gucci Put On 2, which is a tea-based fragrance. It's known for that. But it has that violet leaf appeal and some spices too. And this kind of feels like the violet leaf, the use of it, bang on, same use. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same compound of violet leaf, and the spices that surround it really reminds me of Gucci Put On 2. Are they carbon copies? No. Tuxedo has a lot going for it, and so does Gucci Put On 2 actually. But this one I felt was much fuller than Gucci Put On 2. Has more depth to it. Tea with smoky patchouli, some soft spices, and there's an ozonic quality in this particular fragrance. It has a jammy quality here, perhaps from the rose. It has almost a mild leathery accord here, kind of smoky, a little smoky. I felt the opening was very familiar to like when I smelt this, I'm like, this is very familiar to me, yet very elegant at the same time. And you can say, oh, this kind of smells like a designer fragrance. Well, a well-made designer fragrance. Like Gucci Put On 2 is nothing to sneeze at. I felt the coriander, which isn't spoken about much in fragrance reviews of this particular fragrance, shows its orange facets up top. So you're going to get a little bit of a citrus feel to the fragrance. Just a pinch of it, not too much, but it's really showing its spicy, woody, resinous and almost clay-like backbone to Tuxedo. I really felt like the coriander popped in this fragrance, and I don't know if it's my nose that's broken, but I really felt like that was, and I know it says épices et patchouli in here, so that means spices and patchouli, as I'm assuming the bigger notes in this particular fragrance. Coriander as a spice, really well done in Tuxedo. I believe this is what gives Tuxedo its warmth. That coriander really gives it some warmth. Very nicely done. Now more into the dry down of this particular fragrance. The dry down, especially into the heart. The spices come through. They aren't too heavy. I really felt like the blend was well done, and continues on the theme of the scent being very smooth. I felt the pepper here with the coriander with some florals. The florals, again, very well blended in this fragrance. It's not like it's a floral-based scent. The patchouli seems very central as a note in this particular fragrance, and the vanilla backs it more into the deeper dry down. You can feel that vanilla piling through. It has a really nice blend, and that is the one thing with Tuxedo, that there is some good and the bad. But if I have one takeaway with this particular fragrance, is that it has a very good blend to the fragrance, and there is an air of sexiness to this fragrance too. Now let's get into the Revolver Seasons. Tuxedo I felt was more built for fall. Again, this is early testing, but I think it's built for fall. It'll be good for these Canadian spring days or nights. I think this can be worn in the office too year round. Summer nights will be well. Winters, pretty much everything. I really think Tuxedo is not meant just for tuxedo wear. It's actually a well-rounded fragrance that you can wear almost year round. Day or night, smack dab in the middle, I think. I can wear this one in the office. You could also wear it on a date, going to the mall, or going to a really nice nightclub. This one doesn't have too many barriers. Like, it's not one of those things that you gotta think and you're like, obviously it has that air of sexiness to the fragrance that you'd rather wear during the nighttime. But I can see this as a signature scent. Obviously during the day I wouldn't wear it like in the smack dab of summer. But I think if you're in a cooler climate like me, this thing is almost like 90% of the time I can wear this. Day or night, doesn't matter. Seasons, doesn't matter. Versatility, that's the one thing I think is a huge plus for this one. I can wear this for many seasons and many different occasions. It's not just a dressed up fragrance. It's a pricey little devil, but at the same time, if you are a baller, you can afford a signature scents like these. So this is the type of fragrance that I could see that for someone that has, you know, Louis Vuitton and Gucci and stuff like that. So I can see that. Projection. The projection was very average. Again, it's early in my testing. Nothing crazy here. It doesn't push any real barriers. As an office scent, I don't think you're going to be that guy, you know, you wore too much cologne. No, it's just enough. Projection's okay. Longevity, from my wearing, this lasted a good 7 to 9 hours. No complaints here as far as longevity. You know, I'm not expecting beast mode. When I first put this on, I was like, this is going to be one of those that's just going to be right. It's not going to go too high and it's not going to be too low. I felt it was just perfect. Now, my overall thoughts on Tuxedo before I put this in the vault for testing, and the next time you're going to see this fragrance is in a full-fledged review on my channel. Overall, the scent gets panned for being designer-ish. I agree. It's got some designer-like qualities. You know, if you're looking at $150 plus on a fragrance, some people have some different aspects. They want to get something that is over and beyond, you know. Some people may reach out for the Jubilation 25s, the Black Afghanos, the things that are standing out in the niche game. And this may be just like one of those that's just like, this is kind of boring. I can see that, but to me, I think it's more the violet leaf that kind of makes it pedestrian a little bit. I hit that with certain notes: violet leaf, lavender, even iris. You know, when Dior killed the iris game, anything niche like, it's just like, why bother? Dior did it. So it does remind me of that. I think the scent itself as a whole, well blended. It has good personality. It's very wearable for an upper class scent. I can see this as a signature scent. Not all niche brands or higher end scents require to be weird or smell higher end. This has a great scent, high versatility. I certainly appreciate it. It also has a small air to it that makes it very smooth. And to me, smells a little bit higher end. Tuxedo, not so much, but if I had to name it again, I would probably name it a nice suit. It's not tuxedo-ish. The bottle itself and presentation, even up to the atomizer, are really well done. It kind of reminds me of the exclusive line from Chanel. It just reminds me, the atomizer really looks like my Sycamores and all that. And really high-end look, simplistic yet elegant, is what I expect from a higher end line from a brand like YSL. And this is what, you're doing it right, YSL. You're doing it right in regards to the presentation. It does look great, just like Chanel does. So I'd like to hear your take on Tuxedo. Let us know in the comments below what you think about this fragrance, good or bad. I'd love to hear your take. If you haven't sniffed this, maybe you sniffed the rest of this higher end line, you can let us know what your favorite YSL fragrance is, but I'd like to know more about this line because it's my first one. I'm eyeballing their leather-based one, Cuir. I'm trying to find it. eBay has these sometimes for a good price, so I'm eyeing out eBay to try to find Cuir from this line. If you enjoyed this content, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. What are you doing with that bell? Did you hit it yet? Are you part of my notification gang yet? If you haven't already checked me out, I'm all over social media. I am on Twitter, not as active as I should be. I am on Instagram like crazy, spending. So you know what I'm wearing when I'm on Instagram. I don't post everything that I'm wearing, scent-wise, especially when I'm testing out fragrances for videos and stuff. I don't post it, but some you'll see scent of the days and stuff like that. I'm also on Facebook. You can just look me up, Robes08, or you can take a look at the links down below. They're all there. And I do have a Facebook group, the biggest Facebook fragrance book on Facebook. Oh, geez. I butchered that. We have, I believe, 15,000 scent heads now discussing fragrances. So join us today. Now I'm going to leave you with a few takes of my social media. I asked everybody on my social media, what do you think about this? And you may be on a Robes08 video. So that's why you should follow me, so you can have your name in the back there. So I certainly appreciate everybody that did comment on Tuxedo. So you're going to see those at the end of the video. As always, a great or poor fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching.